gross.
It was maybe 2012, 2013. I don't know. One of those Otakons I didn't go to. However, there's a very famous panel that was played at both of them that has since been defunct for one reason or another. I'm here to revive it.
Weirdest games? I've heard good things about weirdest games.
Much sense.
So, my taste in weirdest games could be different. My understanding of weirdest games could be different. They're not all going to be Japanese. They might not be weird. There might be one or two repeats in here. Who knows? But this panel will live on, and we will make it live on.
Where's the Toonami panel?
You can do the Toonami panel.
You just make it up on the spot.
So, the first game we have. So I heard you like shmups.
Is that a bad word?
No.
It's like schmuck.
Oh, okay.
So, what shmup we gonna look at? Shoot Shimi.
I've seen this.
Seriously, swole. What is Shoot Shimi? Seriously, swole, you ask? Thank you.
It's a very complicated tongue twister.
Thank you for asking. I'm not gonna play this whole video because it's long.
Okay.
I believe it's an actual full playthrough of the game.
Oh, wow. How long's the game?
Wow.
It's not super long, but just to give you a sample of. Feel free to comment.
Water in the fire.
It's the story about me. No confidence.
It's dark.
I like how they just cover that the whole time.
This game is absolutely bonkers. I think I've played all of like 20 or 30 minutes of this
What
game,
in the world?
but it's literally a swole fish and a side-scrolling shmup.
This is amazing.
Wave one.
Oh, this is more akin to like art type.
Correct. Like I said, it's more of a side-scrolling shmup, but it still falls under the category of shmup and weird game. So you go through stages, and after each stage, there's a random set of power-ups. So it's almost like a roguelike shmup. I think it's what it classifies itself as. And its weird gimmick is you're a swole fish.
I mean, it makes sense.
Oh, pick one quick. You only got 4 seconds.
Anyway, it just basically does this over and over until you fight big bosses. I might let it play up until the first boss, just so you can see kind of how weird.
So, like,
gets-
how long is this whole game?
It's not very long.
Like
If,
how long
if
are
you
we
actually,
talking?
if you
Like
actually
an
complete,
hour,
if you
30 minutes?
if you complete a successful run, it's about 30 to 45 minutes.
I feel like we could speed run this.
We can, if you want to. I've actually got it, so if we want to play it.
Oh, man.
I believe so. All the games you're going to be looking up on here, I either have on Steam or I can emulate if you want to play them. The next one is garbage, so we're probably not going to want to play it.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh. This is the boss?
Yeah, I believe this is the first boss. This is not the guy I was thinking of. There's like some fishbowl head whatever boss that you fight.
All right.
Nice.
Anyway,
Checks out.
so this next game, you will never guess how to complete this. To be the best, you gotta have...
Patience.
It's a good guess. It's wrong.
Courage.
Good guess. Also wrong.
Perseverance.
Confidence.
To be the best, you gotta have balls.
I think I've heard of 3D balls before.
And it had a crazy advertising campaign at Christmas time.
Oh!
Whenever it was coming. Yeah. Tell Santa you want balls for Christmas.
Yep. Yeah, it's a fighting game, isn't it?
So what is balls? It's a board game with extra steps.
Oh, yeah, stop. Because that's all fighting games are.
So I think this game came out on several different systems. I don't think it was arcade release, but it came out on Super Nintendo, Genesis, Mega Drive, and one other. there's some sound effects we could use.
I'm into it. I like it.
Yes.
Balls, 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 balls. Welcome to my arena.
What in the world?
It sounds like Donkey Kong.
A little bit.
Wow.
I don't believe it's made by the same people. Rare had nothing to do with this, and the team at Rare.
I don't believe
this is a
it's by the
publisher and a
same
developer
people
I've
as
never heard of
Donkey Kong.
before. That probably doesn't exist. The game.
Wait a minute, Jeff. You're telling me the creator of Balls did not create Donkey Kong?
Right.
That's insane.
And I'm not sure why there's different fighters when everyone is just a jumble of balls.
It's the color swap, the color palette.
Apparently that's female balls. That's... I don't know.
Was one of them grabbing his crotch?
Clown
Is
balls.
that Boomer?
Boomer
There is a
balls.
boomer. I think he chose. Yeah.
Just there you go. You get your 14 frames a second.
Is this the gameplay?
This is it. He's doing it.
What the hell is this?
What?
This is
There's no like.
Oh,
Someone should remake this, but like make an actual fighting game.
Oh, this is a fighting game.
No.
And we'll,
Characters in Mugen?
I don't know, probably, but we can petition to have them in Mugen.
They should put one of these in like
Smash Bros.
Mortal Kombat.
No, Smash Brothers.
And if you
I mean,
haven't
that'd be fun,
noticed,
too.
the health
Yeah.
bars at the top
Are
also
balls.
balls. I was a little disappointed that the playing stadium is not balls, but since it's 3D, everything is.
It looks like
Flat.
they're playing in the Krusty Krab.
It does
it
look
does
like
a
they're
little bit.
playing in the Krusty
Anyway.
Krab.
Wow.
Oh, what? Oh.
This is some sort of.
Is that like a super?
Yeah, I think that is.
Maybe he's literally.
He's
just-
grabbing. He's grabbing.
That was ridiculous.
Take a bow now, divine loser.
Please move on.
Okay.
Much
Wow, I hate
so.
that.
Do you guys like JoJo's?
No?
I like JoJo's.
It's all right.
Do we like? Well, if you like JoJo's, then you'll love this next game, which I actually think was at one of the weirdest games panels. I couldn't remember. It wouldn't surprise me. But if you like JoJo's, then you're
Joe.
gonna love Muscle March.
What?
What is Muscle March? You asked. Thank you for asking me.
It's on the
It is
Wii?
on the Wii. Of course. Why would it not be on the Wii?
There's
Why
a lot
is
of
it
reasons.
on? What do you need a Wiimote for to play a game with jacked dudes?
There's so much shovelware garbage on the Wii.
There really is. Oh, it's insane.
So, what is the point of this game?
Get your protein powder.
I'm not 100% sure, but the objective of the game is to follow the other muscly men marching, striking poses with the Wiimotes.
Oh, it's like the. Who?
What in the
Nice.
world?
I love this.
This is so Japanese.
This is very Pepsi Man.
This is. Oh my god. Oh
Tony
no!
dropped out. Rip Tony.
Tony.
So, as you can imagine, the game will get harder and harder as you go along because
Do you
more of
use
these
the-
jacked muscle men will drop out.
Do you use the nunchuck with this?
Yes, I believe
Okay,
so.
gotcha.
You have the
Brenda.
nunchuck and the Wiimote, and you strike the pose accordingly. It's like Let's Dance before Let's Dance was a
Yeah.
thing.
Baby.
It's like the those Japanese game shows where you gotta go through the walls and everything, but in a
Yes.
video game form. Oh man, he's getting
And
so close.
it just goes faster. And
He's getting so close.
faster.
Get him, Panda. Polar bear. Oh look, he already knew what was coming. Look, doesn't even change position. Come on, polar bear, you got him.
What in the world?
Yes,
This is so Japanese.
This is extremely Japanese.
we're here too.
Just so you can get your protein powder back.
No. Anyway, so this next
That's
game,
amazing.
I had never heard of it before. You
Oh,
probably
that's a
have
saying.
never heard of it before. This game is absolute nightmare fuel. What is it? Caution Seaman. What on earth is Caution Seaman?
Well, it's on the
I
Dreamcast.
might have
That's
seen
what it
this
is.
before.
Thank you for asking. Prepare
Be a play on words.
prepare to not.
Probably.
I don't know. When you see this trailer, prepare to not sleep.
This looks somewhat familiar.
I may not look so hot to
Yep,
you,
I've seen this.
but you should see yourselves through my eyes. Creepy. My name is Seaman. You don't know me, but you will. Some say my amphibious
No.
nature makes me seem odd.
No.
That's because I'm part fish. I must be cold, insensitive, and creepy. I beg to differ. You may not think I'm attractive, but your wife will. Grrr.
What?
Right.
That's the gameplay.
So I believe the gameplay is some sort of weird cross between like a. You guys remember Tamagotchis?
Yes, sir.
It's kind of like that,
Nintendogs.
but your Tamagotchi has a face, and
a fish.
you're trying to get it to morph to get out of its current habitat.
Oh,
So here's
not right.
here's one of the levels.
Alrighty, buttons.
This one's weird. It's one of the last levels in the game,
On the sprinkler for me. Oh, it's cold in here.
and
It's
the
a
frogs
toad, yeah.
have the faces, and you're trying to get the frogs to
Mate.
get out of
Oh.
the tank to mate. I don't know what frogs with human
they have
faces
those
are supposed to do.
antennas?
We have food yet?
You feed them things,
This game is dumb.
Here are the eggs.
but if we want to play,
No, we don't want to play.
we can.
This is awful.
they gotta hatch
That's
first.
disgusting.
Well, the time has come.
I'm Joe.
So have I.
He's here.
Okay.
Now, we
All
might
right.
be thinking, what kind of weird games does this guy make? All he makes is weird games.
That's true.
No, I'm not going to put up Death Stranding and equipping the piss button and then unequipping it. What is he most famous and known for? Obviously, we all know the Metal Gear Solid series, which actually, if you sit through and play, are pretty self-aware and they're pretty goofy. Actually, in Metal Gear Solid 2, you can get pissed on by soldiers.
Yeah.
So Kojima has always done really weird things in his game. And when you let him have full reign of things, weird stuff happens. Like Death Stranding, like Zone of the Enders and Cockpits. Where did this guy's career start? Most people don't know. He wasn't a main director. He wasn't much of anything in this game. But the very first game he was ever involved in, Penguin Adventure.
Yeah.
Which is surprisingly a really good game. Why is it weird? Well, it's Kojima. Everything's going to be weird. So, just a small sample of the gameplay of Penguin
Zanina.
Adventure. I believe this was an MSX game. Most of Kojima's games before Metal Gear Solid were on the MSX. So, Penguin Adventure, Metal Gear 2, Police Knot, Snatchers were all MSX games that were eventually ported to PlayStation, Nintendo, et cetera, et cetera. What is Penguin Adventure? Thank you for asking. I believe it's just a penguin, and you're running down. It's like, so remember that skiing game on the computer where you would ski downhill?
Yep.
This is like that, but you're skiing forward as a penguin,
And you actually see what's coming.
and you've got to try to make it to wherever you're adventuring.
Nice. I'm in.
So when we think Kojima, we would never think Penguin Adventure.
Yeah, this is not normal.
No.
I only know this because we found this a long time ago in the Skype conversation.
Yep.
Like 10 years ago.
Wait, he just fell down a hole and now he's in a shop?
He's in a Legend of Zelda
And,
shop.
and apparently he can buy a gun, a bell, a feather, and he can bet. So there's a lot of weird mechanics in this game other than just racing that seem to have fueled a lot of Kojima's.
Konami at the time with this? Because there's a Konami symbol on the.
I believe so.
Yeah, it
I
was
believe this is a
Konami.
Konami game.
he
So
started
he's
in
he's
Konami.
been with Konami up until the Metal Gear Solid 5 incident. The next game I have here also a Konami game, not one of his most well-known ones, but also weird because of its themes and much of its mechanics. Eric will probably remember it. I don't know if you guys will, but this game Kojima was very involved in, BakaTaka. The sun is in your hand. What is BakaTaka? The sun is in your hand. Thank you for asking. I will give you the E3 trailer,
Wait,
which
isn't
will
this that
explain
sword
this.
board game?
That will explain this game for you.
Kojima Productions. Konami.
Sorry, I stopped it. I think it's like a 3 or 4 minute trailer. So, but it's
That's short
it's
for
very
Kojima.
Kojima.
やったー、話題のゲーム、僕体をゲットしたぞ。そのゲーム、すごいの？このゲームには
You're just playing Smash Brothers in the
セン
background?
サーがついてるんだ。太陽の光？これが太陽センサー。ここから光を感じるんだ。光？このゲームは外に出て遊ぶんだ。
Oh, this is
Yeah.
with the light
Go
in the
outside,
sun.
nerds.
Yeah.
And yes, that was them playing Smash Brothers at the beginning, which is where you could hear the Falcon Punch.
Yeah. And then the melee opening.
太陽が必要なんだ。外に出て太陽の光を体いっぱいに浴びるんだ。わかったかい？新しいだろ？
What in the world?
よし、じゃあちょっと始めてみようか。まずは今日の日付と時間を設定して、次に地域を設定。
Gotta show you how to play the game first.
太陽が出てる時間を正確に知るためさ。太陽はどっちから昇る？東から？そう。だから東の方では西の方より早く日が出て早く沈む。また季節によっても変わる。地域と日付が分かれば太陽の動きは計算できる。これで準備完了だ。
I wonder if that still works today. If you like got your hands on this, would it still hold up?
So from what I understand, you couldn't cheat the game either. Like you had to use natural sunlight. You couldn't use light from a light bulb or anything to get it to work.
Interesting.
Which was kind of ingenious for this game because more sunlight in the summertime when kids will have time to play, less in the winter time. So you can't.
昼間だからこちらが有利だ。楽勝だね。雲のさ。太陽図。これでも食らえ。でも太陽エネルギーが減っちゃったね。
And now it's gonna get hype.
日向では自然に回復するし、急ぐならこうすればいい。
Fire!
急速チャージさ。兄ちゃんやらせて。あれ、たまんないよ。センサーを太陽に向けるんだ。へえ、向きによって感度が全然違うね。城に着いたぞ。ヴァンパイアはまだ眠っている。今のうちだ。何かいる。おっと。ヴァンパイアのしもべ。
Uh-oh.
この城を守っている。大丈夫？あ、見つからなければ大丈夫。
Sneaking gameplay.
What in the world?
やっつけちゃえば？城の中までは太陽の光が届かないからエネルギーは大事に使わないと。しまった。見つかった。太陽銃。敵の数が多すぎる。兄さん、エネルギーが。窓から光が。天窓だ。助かった。天窓がある。屋内でもエネルギーがチャージできる。 大丈夫？ボスはまだ寝ている。今のうちだ。
The box is asleep.
So you just drag this Joker through this castle.
まずい。もうじき日が暮れる。太陽が沈む。急いで。
You're literally just dragging your coffin.
Yep. It's Death Stranding gameplay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See? Kojima's been doing this stuff forever. Sneaking, walking, resource management.
あれ？どうしたの？そ
The sun.
センサーが太陽の光を捉えた。よし、これでいけ。
Oh my.
あれ、変だな。
Uh-oh.
影の中、足りないんだ。太陽の光が。
Better run.
すごい。
Then it's like this hat and time boss you fight.
どうだい、すごいだろ。あ、すごい。
What a game.
外で遊ぶの楽しいね。さあ、今週の天気予報を見に帰ろう。
Man, quit playing that video game. Let's go swimming.
Let's go check the weather.
I like it.
BakaTaka.
So,
That is quite the game.
2003.
who likes JRPGs?
Ooh, me.
JRPG.
Pick
How
me.
many, how many of you guys play that Persona 3?
Ooh, me.
That
Yeah.
Persona 4?
Yeah, me.
That Persona 5?
I
Yes.
have.
They're pretty long games, aren't they?
170 hours or
What would
something,
happen
like
if they were
140,
just,
150?
you know, a little bit shorter? Well, doesn't that defeat the point of a JRPG? Don't you want it to take a long time so
No.
you can be an indoor shut-in weeb?
No.
Well, we have the games for you. Probably heard of these before, maybe. They're weird because they go against the archetype of what JRPG is trying to do. Half-minute hero series.
Oh.
They are weird.
Tell them they're not.
Yeah, they're weird.
They're not.
30-second RPGs. They literally take 30 seconds to beat. So they're like a collaboration of RPGs within these games.
You mean 30 minutes?
No, 30 seconds.
Half
What?
minute hero.
Yes.
Minute hero.
Half
Oh,
minute
half
hero.
minute.
Yes.
I was still thinking half
So I
hour
believe they
for
came
some
out on the
reason. I thought
PS.
There's no way it's
I
30
believe they
seconds.
first came out on the PSP. They're also available on Steam. But each game has self-contained, well, has moderately self-contained games within them that are 30-second RPGs.
That sounds like a bad idea.
Until you play it
Have you played this?
a bit. I haven't beaten the first one.
But it only takes 30 seconds.
Well, about that. So like I said, it's a collaboration of so it's kind of like Octopath Traveler. Each hero you can pick and play as,
Gotcha.
but they can all one kind of world thing. It's a little bit like this. You kind of select your hero or game, if you will, and each one takes about 30 seconds to beat. But that's where they get you because it's a running in-game timer of 30 seconds.
Oh, and you keep raising the timer back up.
Or it will pause whenever you're doing certain things. So
Nice. So you gotta do everything fast.
kind of a
really.
misnomer because it isn't really 30 seconds, but in theory,
It's 30 seconds.
each level should take 30 seconds. So if you ever want to play a really weird, offbeaty JRPG that's deceptively short, but not really, Half Minute Hero and Half Minute Hero 2 might be your jam.
That is an interesting concept.
Now, you've heard of this game before. It's not weird, but it's weird in the sense of what it tried to shatter at the time. The conception of strategy RPG. You guys like anime?
I like anime.
You like strategy RPGs?
I love strategy RPGs.
Do you like watching numbers in strategy RPGs, or RPGs just get bigger
Unless it's Disgaea.
and bigger and bigger? Well, do I have the game for you? What's so weird about Disgaea? Well, back in 2004, it was a little bit weird because when you thought of JRPGs or strategy RPGs, the kind of gameplay that Disgaea brought wasn't exactly the norm. What was so weird about this game wasn't just the fact that it destroyed what strategy RPGs kind of were doing at the time, But the way it was introduced at E3 with the various trailers, I'm not going to play the whole thing. Eric's going to remember this, but the trailer is a little weird for the time.
I could never get into this guy. They're a little much.
Okay, so it was tapping into the edgy stuff.
Kinda.
Just wait for the song. And Eric's going to get flashbacks.
This is the commercial that showed on TV.
On American TV.
Yeah.
Wow.
This Tony Hawk grunge rock whatever soundtrack where she's just yelling anime and this giga weeby looking strategy RPG.
So it's just about doing a ton of damage.
That's what Disgaea has kind of evolved into. It's just your character's doing bigger and bigger and bigger amounts of everything.
And you stack them on top of each other and build like a tower of characters that all
the
attack.
gainer literally doing billions of damage.
So it's weird in the sense that what strategy RPGs,
That's
like
funny.
people were playing tactics games like Final Fantasy Tactics,
Yeah.
Advance, Ogre Battle Tactics, Zone of the Enders had a tactics game. This came in and just said, nah, we ain't doing any of that stuff, and kind of set its own niche within the strategy RPG market. But it's weird because of all the things it presented at the time. We're familiar with it now, but in hindsight, and in what things were, how strategy RPGs were in the early 2000s, it was very, very different. So, all right. You guys know who Franz Kafka is?
No.
All right, good. He's German, Jewish. He wrote a very famous book, lots of famous books, The Metamorphosis. What is The Metamorphosis? Well, it's a book where this guy finds himself turning into a gigantic bug. Insect, and he's not sure why, and people have no idea what this book means because the author died before he told anyone what's going on. What if we took this weird book and we said, hey, anime and video games, thank you, we can do that, and we will raise you Tokyo Insect Zoo. What on earth is Tokyo Insect Zoo? Let me play a trailer for you.
It's like Tokyo Jungle.
It's not a visual novel. It's not a movie.
No loading.
No loading screens. That's wow.
It's not an RPG. It's not a dungeon crawler.
You.
It's not an anime.
It's not a video game.
It has nothing to do with the book Metamorphosis.
5,000 polygons?
It just took its inspiration from the book. They just said, hey, turning into insects and having no idea of what to do, we like that.
That's
let's
pretty-
make
that's
let's
pretty
make a
pog.
video game.
It's goated.
Real-time rendering.
Wow.
And you talked to the game. It's almost like Detective Pikachu. Or,
Or my pet Pikachu or whatever. Yeah.
It's basically that.
Except that was awful.
Well, this isn't much better.
Good.
If anything, this is worse.
Good.
PlayStation.
Sony.
So this is a long video.
Oh wow, this is a long.
But
time.
let me get you to some actual like gameplay. I guess this is I guess this is technically some gameplay. Yeah.
What?
Here's some gameplay.
Of Tokyo Insect Zoo.
Yes, this is Tokyo Insect Zoo.
This is an anime.
It's a video game.
This is anime.
It's a video game. You didn't see the PlayStation at the beginning? Or Dreamcast?
This might be the weirdest one yet.
Oh. Oh, we're playing.
What in the world?
Is this from the bug's eye view?
I think it's from the
This
fairy.
is from the human's eye view. You're a human right now,
Where's the human?
and I first person,
Oh, okay.
and I guess you're exploring.
with the bugs.
So you do that for a while. You explore. More anime cutscenes happen in the game.
Hear that smack sound effect?
Oh, that face.
So, why does this game get weird? When does it get weird? Thank you for asking. Let me... Something happens to you. What happens to you? Well, if you've read the Metamorphosis.
So you turn into a big old beetle.
And not just you.
Oh. Wow, this goes on for a while.
So everything's in Japanese. I have no idea what's going on either. I watched the video and I was like, I have no idea what's going on.
Throw it in the
But
panel.
you...
It's like Kubo. 2 strings with the beetle. No loading.
Someone thought this was a good idea to release as a video game.
This makes me uncomfortable.
Do they understand that they're bugs? I don't speak Japanese. Are they not?
Ed is asking,
Why are you
why
guys
are we like
bugs?
this? Or are we bugs now? They're like, you are what you are.
You were always a bug.
And there you have it.
That is. Wow. That made me think.
BakaCon 2021.
Oh,
Weirdest games.
So. That one was weird. That was a weird game. That's good. I like it. I like it.